kids to positive behavior because kids mirror. They copy what parents do. So if parents are beating or they are, let's say, fighting or they're negative, kids mirror that. So it's very important that they practice whatever is positive so that when they go out in the community, they also practice good behavior or they show good behavior to other people.
Thank you, ma'am. Children are more likely to do what they see adults doing. So it is important that they are exposed to positive behavior because they too will start acting in the same manner. Thank you for taking along with us on today's exciting adventures. We can't wait to have you again with us. It's goodbye.
The International University of Management, a Namibian university dedicated to its people's future, a hub of abundant opportunities.
We are IUM for life. We are IUM.
Good evening and welcome to News on One. I'm Maggie Forciero. In the news tonight, Namibia manages to eliminate leprosy. IUM expands despite challenges facing education sector. Justice for Children campaign launched in Namibia. Government creates awareness on birds carrying avian influenza virus. And Business on One comments corner, sport and the weather. Namibia is considered to have eliminated leprosy as fewer cases are reported annually, with only 32 cases recorded last year. This is according to the Ministry of Health and Social Services, who described leprosy as a chronic infectious disease caused by a type of bacteria affecting the skin and peripheral nerve.
The Executive Director of the Ministry of Health and Social Services, Ben Nangombe, said that the number of leprosy cases have been fluctuating with no definite trends, adding that cases are usually reported from Zambezi and Kavango regions. Nangombe stated that the disease is considered a neglected tropical disease and occurs mainly in warmer regions of the world.
Namibia has a few leprosy cases reported sporadically every year. The country is considered to have eliminated the disease, defined as less than one case per 10,000 population, and we are aiming for complete eradication. There were 32 cases of leprosy in 2022, 20 cases in 2021, and 27 cases in 2020. You may note that although in the past we have sent patients with leprosy to leprosaria in Kavango and Zambezi, we can now effectively treat and cure the disease anywhere with potent medicines. When people with the disease are treated, they do not pose any risk for spreading the disease.
Centers for Diseases Control Country Director in Namibia, Brian Baker, said the disease commonly causes damage to areas of the body that are cooler and grows best in the face, ears, hands or feet. Baker further noted that the disease can be treated with antibiotics over a period of 1 to 2 years.
Leprosy was once one of the most common infectious diseases across the world. Over the past 3 or 4 decades, it has grown increasingly less frequent, and that's been due to successful treatment. However, it still does occur, including in Namibia. The signs and symptoms can be changed from person to person. Some of the most common early signs are rashes, having a rash that can be on any part of your body. The color of the rash is usually lighter than your skin. From there, it can then spread to other parts of your body. It can cause you to have growths on your face or your ears. It can cause you to have a loss of sensation, numbness in your hands and your feet, and also over the part where the rash is. Over time, it can get worse, but with proper treatment, it can be cured.
Baker adds that although the disease is infectious, transmission from one person to another is not common and usually happens between family members.
Swipe on it and win! Come bank with us and stand a chance to win the grand prize of an eco-friendly hybrid vehicle or one of 40 fuel vouchers worth $40,000 Namibian.
Full tank, asseblief.
To enter, simply make any purchase using your Bank Vintage Visa debit or credit card between the 1st of October 2022 and the 31st of March 2023. With your Bank Vintage Visa card in hand, let's journey together with every swipe. Visit bankvintage.com.na for more information. Protect yourself against fraud and never share your PIN. T's and C's apply. Bank Vintage, a member of Capricorn Group.
The International University of Management, IUM, continues to grow despite challenges that have had negative impact on the higher learning environment. The university is set to revamp some of its centres countrywide, with a new campus underway in Okahau in the Omusati region. This came to light during the keynote address by the university's founder, David Namwandi, at the official opening of the institution in Windhoek today.
Like many tertiary institutions across the world, IUM has not been spared from the challenges brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic and its negative consequences on the socio-economic and education sector. At the official opening ceremony for the 2023 academic year, the founder of IUM, David Namwandi, stated that the university has continued to persevere and has since integrated its programs in an effort to reach out to communities in different parts of the country.
Several milestones in the last years indicated as below. Ongwediva campus has been converted into a center of excellence for education. And Ongwediva lecture halls has been expanded. A new lecture halls and library has been constructed and ready for occupancy. An IUM Swakopmund Research Training and Conference Center has now become a reality, and the construction shall commence next month. The coastal campus in Swakopmund in Walvis Bay is also going to move to a purpose-building campus during the course of next year.
The University Student Representative Council, SRC, Natangwe Shikesho, encouraged students to study hard and refrain from getting involved in politics. Shikesho further urged students to engage with SRC rather than suffer in silence when faced with mental health issues.
I want to remind you that you are not a politician. You are not a politician. When you find yourself in an academic space, colleagues, you are academicians. So stay away from politics. The other thing, comrades, is that it's mental health. Colleagues, with my team here, whenever you find yourself in anything that you think, this is not right, please, we need to dive in with you. Don't just be there all alone. Or don't think it's too early to contact us. So we need to be with you because ours is to centralize the life of our students.
Namwandi further advised both continuing and new students to be on their best behavior during their studies. IUM, which has been in existence for almost 30 years, registered 13,000 new students this year.
A campaign that fights against injustices that African children and young people experience as a result of systematic discrimination and global inequality was launched yesterday in Windhoek. The 100 Million Namibia team, in partnership with the Namibia National Student Organization NANSO, launched the Justice for Africa #JFA campaign that brings together youth leaders, activists, advocates and child labour survivors in protest against these injustices.
The campaign was launched at 2 different sites in Windhoek, at the Havana Project School and the National Youth Council. The national leader of the 100 million in Namibia, Rebecca Ngilalulwa, stated that this campaign aims to solve social challenges and the wide-ranging injustice faced by children.
So today in Windhoek on the 20th of February, we are launching the Justice for Africa Do Not Cut Our Future campaign. This campaign is launching globally alongside other countries like Cameroon, Burundi, the States, as well as Kenya. So in essence, today when we are launching this campaign, we are basically saying we have national leaders that have made commitments and promises to solve issues such as child labor, to solve issues such as conflict, poverty, the cycles of illiteracy. Now we are saying we are reminding you of your core and to live up to your promises, to make sure that we improve how to go about employing young people, to make sure that we put back children in school who have been cut out of school because of having to work for their families to gain an income instead of going to school and becoming someone in future.
NANSO Secretary for Basic Education, Pedro Muyoyeta, stated that this campaign is in place to boost the efforts of availing education for children as stipulated in the Constitution.
The 100 million campaign is there to just amplify the need to have education, and also in particular fighting harmful child practices. Harmful child practices, you might not be experiencing some of them here, but some of you might be going through them. We have learners that are heading households. They are the breadwinners at home. They are the ones that must come to school and after school go and make a living or a hustle. There are some learners that are forced to leave school to go and get married because the father or the mother has said so. You might not be the one going through that reality, but someone close to you might be going through that reality. So that's why it's necessary for us to speak out on issues like this and see that through the process of us speaking about them, we're able to pick up 1 or 2 or 3 of you that are going through hardships and difficulties such as this, and see how we are able to assist you in any way possible.
The Justice for Africa campaign was also launched in other member states such as Cameroon, Kenya, Burundi, United States of America, just to mention a few.
9 hopeful teams have started an epic journey of a lifetime from all corners of the Rainbow Nation to make their way to host city Nelson Mandela Bay to take part in the world's toughest outdoor cooking competition.
Put it down! Put it down! I was using my hands as a tong.
But if this year's hopefuls think that they've got the game sussed out, that it's going to be an easy ride into the final, they are sorely mistaken. To stay in the game, they will not only have to earn the right to compete in the final, but prove that they deserve their place around my fire.
Second team to be eliminated from the game is...
In a game where anything can happen, where one slip-up can end a team's epic journey,
what are you doing here?
Where their time on the road depends on brilliant food prepared on the open fire.
This is horrid.
Only the team that consistently impresses the judges in a journey that will crisscross the Eastern Cape will get their prize-cinched fingers on over R500,000 in cash and prizes and this year's title. It's winner take all for the team that can survive being under fire. Game on.
The Ministry of Environment, Forestry and Tourism, together with the Ministry of Health and Social Services, are seeking to sensitize the public on the dangers of avian influenza. The initiative came about after the last avian influenza outbreak in Namibia in 2022, where over 200 birds and pelicans were found dead along the Namibian coast.
A veterinarian from the Ministry of Environment, Forestry and Tourism, Sandra Shikomba, has explained that the avian influenza virus is spread through the saliva, nasal secretions, tears and feces of migratory birds. Speaking at a 5-day workshop in Windhoek last week, Shikomba said that humans come into contact with the virus when moving feed, ingesting infected poultry products such as chicken, and touching outdoor items before touching one's eyes, mouth or nose. Shikomba went on to share the symptoms of the virus.
Clinical signs that are displayed in birds are usually high mortality rates and edema of the head, greenish diarrhea, torticollis, a reduction in egg production, etc. In humans, the clinical signs that are usually displayed are conjunctivitis, fever, sore throat, muscle weakness, and humans get infected through ingestion of contaminated poultry products, as well as contact through the eyes, the nose, and the mouth. Live birds were also displaying clinical signs such as tremors, shivering, staggering, and swollen heads. Some showed to be tame to humans and were not fleeing away.
The Control Health Program Officer at the Ministry of Health and Social Services, Amy Elsa Ndevaitela, added that the virus luckily did not infect any humans last year. However, it took thorough precautionary and testing measures to ensure the curb of any further spread of the virus, which was declared eradicated by August last year.
The recent avian influenza outbreak in wild birds, which occurred last year in the coastal area, though it did not cross over to humans, but we have also as head to come in and start sensitizing and supporting also the responsible ministry, and this one was now both environmental, Minister of Environment and Minister of Agriculture.
The line ministries reiterated that climate change makes it difficult to determine high-risk periods of possible outbreaks, which is why the public should take heed of early warning measures taken by the ministries.
Playtime or nap time, Pep's got the best prices on everything for baby. Coral Fleece Baby Grows, soft as a cloud, a low $49.99. Love and Loves make a happy baby. Save on 3-pack Cuddlesome Gentle Wipes for only $59.99. We care for your baby like they're our baby. Pep.
Welcome to this evening's edition of Business on One. The newly modified $200 Namibia banknote is officially in circulation after today's launch in Otapi or Musati region. The reprinted banknote bears the current Bank of Namibia Governor Johannes Kavagap's signature as a security feature, which is in line with international best practices. This comes a day after the central bank launched the modified $20 Namibia banknote.
Namibia remains predominantly a cash-based economy, particularly in the semi-urban and rural areas. In 2022, the bank injected a total of 2.3 billion Namibian dollars in terms of new banknotes into circulation, whilst the total currency in circulation recorded at the end of December 2022 stood at 4.8 billion Namibian dollars. The regions with the highest cash volumes in Namibia are Ohangwena, Umsati, which we are where today. Many people are asking why in Umsati today. It's one of the regions in the country with the highest cash circulation. If I say, we know at any time how much money is circulating in the country. In December it was 4.8 billion. We know how much money is circulating in Umsati. And it is one of the regions with the highest cash circulation. The others are Oshana, Oshikoto, Kabambo East, Kabambo West, Gunene, Zambesi, and Omaheke. It is evident from this that many of our people continue to use cash, that's cash, coins and banknotes, as a primary form of payment in settling the transactions, conducting the business activities, and meeting social obligations. It is equally the Bank of Namibia's priority to ensure that banknotes and coins are accessible, they are durable, they are recognizable, and easily authenticated. Launching this banknote today signals our commitment to promoting the inclusion of all Namibians in our economy by increasing the participation and expansion in the economy. We need to expand the economy while we are trying to get Namibians included.
And that is all we have for you. Be sure to follow us on our social media pages for more on business news.
This DJ is too busy. We are giving you all things, everything. Our DJ is on the decks. Join me, Shay Ulenga, for all this and more on The Tribe, exclusive to One Africa TV.
We've always had the bravery to stand up for what is Namibian, from protecting our homes to fighting injustices. We still celebrate what it means to us and raise a glass to those who show their bravery. No matter how they take on the world, with all this potential in the land of the brave, what will you do to make this Namibia your Namibia?
Time now for Comments Corner, your daily dose of comments from our social media pages. The Minister of Urban and Rural Development, Erastus Utani, has called on the City Council to resolve the labour dispute involving about 200 ward cleaners who embarked on a strike last week, demanding for better working conditions. Utani expressed that he is losing patience with what he termed as the lack of service delivery and cooperation among the councillors. Ipinge said the minister should dissolve the City Council. Anointed urged the minister to continue the hard work. Barminas wants a certain philosophy degree holder to be removed as a council member. Francois asked for the Labour Minister and why he is mute on this matter. Chimwetheleni wants Utani to run for president. That is all from Comments Corner. Be sure to engage on our stories on our social media pages for broadcast on News on One.
Tanzania-born Rini McDonald's beautiful designs are a feast for the eyes, matching color and design in a uniquely African way. A cup of coffee, we travel to Ethiopia to explore the traditional versus the modern way of enjoying this popular beverage. Sculpture artist Adang Chigare as he takes us through his work process. I am Pamela Mtanga, and you're watching AfriMax.
Time now for Sport on One. The Standard Bank Junior Hockey Initiative was launched in 2021 with the aim of introducing hockey to all 14 regions in Namibia at junior level. Now in its third year, the program will conclude after visits to the remaining regions of Zambezi, Kavango West and Ohangwena.
The director of the Hockey School of Excellence, Irvin Handura, explained to Sport on One that they started the program to make hockey a popular sport within a period of 3 years in all regions of the country at various schools.
Our main aim is basically to introduce hockey to all 14 regions within 3 years. So we were fortunate in our first year, 2021, to introduce hockey to 4 regions, but 5 towns from 4 regions. Okay. So we introduced, basically why 5 towns from 4 regions is because in the Hardap region we introduced hockey to Rehoboth and Marinta. They are both in the Hardap region. But then we also did Windhoek, which is Commerce region, Okahanja in the Southern Juba region, and then we also did Khobabes in Omaheke region. So that was our first year.
Standard Bank has managed to invest more than 300,000 into the project so far, which sees Namibian children from primary school to high school playing hockey.
We introduced hockey to Ongwendiva in the Oshana region. Then we came back to the south. We went to Kitmanshoop, which is in the Aras region. And also we managed to introduce hockey to Ucho in Kunene region, and also as well as Omaruru in Erongo region. So those were the 11 regions we've accomplished in the past 2 years. But I think what we also managed to achieve in those 2 years is that in every town where we went to, so now hockey has been played in 11 regions, 12 towns. In all those 12 towns we have 4 primary schools. Each primary school is having 20 kids. So we have 80 kids in all those towns except Windhoek, where we have 6 schools playing, where we have more kids than in all the other towns playing, because it's easier in the Commerce region.
Handura added that there will be a selection of regional players after the regional tournaments are established, where the top 10 players in both male and female hockey players will play at national level.
In April we will launch this project already. So May and June, before the school closes, we want to do those 4 towns, which is now Warfish Bay, Kurenkuru, Katima Mulilo and Ohangwena. So if we do those 4 towns, then we've covered all the 14 regions. In total, we'll have then 16 towns playing hockey. 16 is much easier than you can have when you come to the national tournament. You have 2 pools of 8 teams in a pool, and then you play against each other, and then the top 4 goes through to the quarterfinals, and then you have your semi-finals, and then there you have it. Yeah.
Due to efforts of the project, hockey is now a regular sport being played in schools in 11 regions of the country.
That is all of the sport news we had for you. Please stay tuned for the weather forecast. We have come to the end of tonight's edition of News on One. Don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms. From me, Maggie Forciero, and the rest of the team, it's good night.
The International University of Management, a Namibian university dedicated to its people's future. A hub of abundant opportunities.
We are IUM for life. We are IUM.
Thank you for watching this show on One Africa.